It's Friday, which means time to deploy. We have the whole gang here now. So we had to move back the scheduled time for this, and it turns out it worked out for all of us. So Jim, welcome back. Great to see you. How are things?
Yeah, really good, really good. Had our Christmas party yesterday, so that was fun.
You can see Jim's speaking a little bit more quietly. I think might have been quite a party last night.
It was a good time.
Yeah, I'm in the festive sort of holiday spirit here. I've got the reindeers up on the bookshelf there, so we've got the Christmas lights up. Matt, Charlotte, you guys getting into the festive spirit?
Yeah, our trees up. The lights are on. That's the extent that I go, though. So everyone, we're in a neighbourhood where a lot of people do Christmas lights on the houses, and the kids always ask me, but I'm like, we're always inside the house and we can't see them, so let's just look out at everyone else's. They can do all the work. So that's my take on it. But yes, very much in the festive season. Elf on the Shelf, very much a real thing at the moment with 3 kids, and we're only December 3rd. We've had 3 nights, and we're already sort of struggling for ideas. So that'll be fun to continue. Hopefully, we have no young listeners that I've just spoiled that for.
Awesome. I have also yet to put up my tree. It is coming, but we've just been really busy this week. We've actually I feel like we've pushed through a lot of our social Christmas events early, so I'm very much in the Christmas spirit, but we just haven't set anything up yet.
Yeah, it's been incredibly busy. We've got AWS reInvent, we've got Shipped, we've got a whole bunch of things. So might as well get into it. So, like I said, we have Shipped coming up in less than 5 days. Well, probably 5 days now, I guess, depending on when you're watching this. We've got some speakers that have recently been added, which is great. It's a full calendar of content, which is fantastic to see. I will lose 2 days of sleep, but that's okay. It's expected. But if you're at all curious, you can check out the schedule. You can see it's action-packed. Just this morning, I added this one from Alex. And so we got a full Wednesday, and then on Thursday, we've got all our other sessions as well. So make sure to sign up for this. This is at /shipped. You can sign up and register today, and we will hopefully see you there. We also have a webinar coming up next month, so we're already planning into 2026. We've got a session here with yourself, Matt, and Ships talking about policies. What are policies? Part of Platform Hub.
Yeah, just extending some of that Platform Hub capability. So this is generally available now. Policies are, that is. And so this webinar will just be taking folks through the sort of what, why, and how of policies, which are the things that you can implement in your Octopus Deploy instance to put policies in place for how deployments across your instance should work and what they need to adhere to. So you can start to build out those guidelines and guardrails to effect, but ensuring that everyone keeps to the compliance that you need with lots of different controls on how you achieve that. So yeah, it's a really cool feature, and I'm looking forward to demoing that one, I think, as well in the webinar. So
yeah, if you're not looking to get the webinar, but rather a textual variety, there's actually this blog post from Venk entitled "Policies Are Now Generally Available." So we talk a little bit about what policies are, how they work, etc., how they're built on Rego or Rego. I don't know how people define that or call it, but basically you define it using this language and allows you to enforce policies across your deployment processes. Like, for example, every process has to have a manual intervention, for example, or something to that effect. So this is a blog post you can read. And then we've got another blog here from you, Charlotte. What's this about? How regulated organizations accelerate through smart approvals.
Yeah, so this one's based on our compliance through continuous delivery report, which Steve did, and it was released earlier this year. But this blog is about focusing on the approval chains. So we kind of did a deep dive into the research on approval chains and how regulated industries, I guess, function, with the compliance measures. And there's really obvious patterns for high performers in that adding direct managers to any sort of approval chain actually accelerates the whole process, which is really cool finding. Actually, that's a good graph, John. This one, it's if you have a lot of manual approvals, it just slows down the delivery performance, your software delivery performance score based on DORA metrics. So single approvals actually are 3 times higher than approval chains with the sticks. Yeah.
I'm kind of worried that manual approvals graph goes up to 6 as a count.
That's right. Who has a committee by death by 1,000 cuts there for deployment?
Yeah, maybe they're counting everyone in the cab still. I'm not sure, but yeah.
That's right.
No, yeah, there's some other really cool findings there, and it's about where you capture the approvals matters as well. And yeah, if you do want more information, check out the blog, but also just check out the report. It's got really, really interesting and kind of obvious high performance metrics, which will just be really useful. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, you can read the report now. It's available through Slash Publications. This is Compliance Through Continuous Delivery Report written by Steve. And if you want to read the highlights, you can read one of many of Charlotte's new blogs, which are going to be posted at Slash Blogs, which is great. We've also got this blog post, another one from Vank. This is old news, but it's kind of new in the same way, in the sense that it's now available, generally speaking. So in 2025.4, we now have process templates. And process templates we've talked about in the past are basically this way of actually, I guess, providing immutable sort of sections of your deployment process that have to be enforced across all of them. Or it's like a contiguous unit of steps that you can add to a deployment process, which are basically process templates. And so these are now available, and that's great to see. Anything to share about this, Matt?
Yeah, I think just that it really allows teams to, we've spoken and heard from customers before who have tried to templatize things in different ways, but not being able to easily share that across different projects and then make updates to it has been problematic in the past. So that's one of the things that process templates certainly aims to solve. I really love the versioning sort of workflow and the publication that we've built into it. It's really easy to push updates out to people who are consuming your template. And I love that there's this link from those who consume the template. There's like this inherent link back to the parent template. So when updates are inevitably made at some point in the future, both the person who created the template can update it, and those who are consuming it can easily get those updates as well. So just another way to help enforce standardization, at scale across the organization. So
nice. Yeah, definitely part of the what's new. In fact, we should probably mention it anyway. We're going to talk about this at Shipped. So if you go to the schedule here for Shipped, there's going to be a release party listed there. We're going to be talking about this in detail, but we recently just shipped 2025.4. So this went out yesterday, and all the stuff that we're mentioning here, process templates, policies, Argo CD support inside of Octopus, these and other sorts of ephemeral environments. We've talked about all of these. We're on webinars, et cetera, et cetera. So these are all now rolled up as part of the 2025.4 release, and we'll be talking about those at the release party, which you can watch yourself if you're a part of Shipped. So there you go. That's something I just wanted to mention there quickly. So there you go. We have a new video available. This is obviously part of the ongoing series of really cool videos. This one's really fun. This is following the deployment process very closely, featuring folks like Michael Richardson. And it's great to see Michael's acting debut here. And I thought this was a really clever one. What did you guys think about this video? Jim, did you watch this video? What did you think?
No, this is the first time I'm seeing this one, actually. I saw the previous one, but not this one.
Yeah, so he's basically doing this process of he has to follow the deployment process step exactly. And there's me. And he's having to throw salt over his shoulder. And Michael Richardson is like, do it exactly. He's playing a flute because that's what it says. We recorded this in the office. It was a lot of fun to do, and you'd be surprised how many takes it took. It looks like it's really natural, but we tried to get as much emotion, and unfortunately he spun the wrong way. He meant to go to the right, he went to the left, and so it basically grounded all the flights because of a bad deployment. So there you go. So yeah, I really like these ads. I think they're fun.
Yeah. I had my hand in sort of helping, not necessarily write these, but just sort of provide some advice and tweaking of the words and how can we structure it. And that one there was probably one of my most favorite ones that we put together. So yeah, and the actors, air quotes, did a great job of that one as well. So yeah.
And you're not acting here. This is your latest video on Lifecycles.
Yeah, that's right. So another Exploring Octopus video, just going through some of the cool features and functionalities and also some of the fundamentals, which Lifecycles are. And I've found myself in this little area right now where I'm doing some of the sort of building blocks, the fundamental things that we have like environments and and so on and so forth. And then I found I need to try and get these out pretty quickly in sequence because environments tie pretty closely to life cycles, which then, tie into channels, which are in releases. So I'm trying to just get these out relatively quickly about these core concepts. So
you start to build this big ball of a big knot, I guess, as soon as you start tying them all together. Because I do this with the 101 series. I start explaining what life cycles are, and then I got to explain a little bit what channels are. Then I have to explain what deployment processes are, and then releases, and then all this. And then it's like, all right, I realize there's a lot here, but there you go.
Yeah. So at the high level, the life cycles in Octopus Deploy are the thing that allow you to control how your releases will progress through the different environments that you've defined. So that's sort of the elevator pitch. If you want to go a bit deeper into it, there's 5 or 6 minutes of video there where I take you through a scenario of creating a few different life cycles for different scenarios.
Fantastic. We also have this video, which is from the Tony, Steve, and Bob, this continuous delivery office hours, where they talked about, what did they talk about here? Oh, yeah, platform engineering scale lessons from the conference circuit. I believe this is where Bob is sharing some of the things that he saw at GitHub Universe, along with KubeCon. And so they talked about, some of the struggles that platform engineering teams are having at the moment. There's a lot of DIY going on, and so this was a conversation that they had, as indicated here, as part of KubeCon in Atlanta. You were at this event in KubeCon. Did you hear similar stories around platform engineering there, Matt?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, we were we were at one of the day zero events, which was Platform Con, so all about platform engineering, and we had really quality level conversations there. We did at KubeCon as well, I must say.
Yes.
But there were very, folks were very deeply engaged, and we got to hear some folks who were on version 2 or version 3 of their platform, which is fine. It's one of these things that are iterating, but they're learning and then hitting some roadblocks or struggles. And it was great to talk to them about sort of where they're at and now what they're trying in their next evolution of the platform and what's worked well for them. So Bob's got a couple of great stories that he goes into here just about, some of the conversations that he had as well. And Bob's always got a great way of telling those stories as well. So this series is always an easy watch. I like this one. It's the guys, Steve, Tony, and Bob just sitting down for usually about 30 minutes and just chatting through, the latest and greatest topic, whatever that might be.
And then finally, just to wrap things up, speaking of events, we also have we are currently at AWS reInvent, enjoying our time there. We've taken a lot of photos, and I'll just bring them up here, see what they look like. And that, as it is, was the week that was. There's no support on Friday for this week. We are far too busy. Sorry. Hope you still get answers to your questions on the advice channel. Don't forget, add yourself to the Slack channel. Anything to wrap up the week that was, folks? Any last minute? I know that, Charlie, you probably want to promote the latest survey that's happening at the moment.
Yes. I feel like I do this every week, and we just want to get as many respondents as we can. So please, if you haven't done it already, please take the survey. You are in the running for $100 Amazon gift card.
There you go.
Yeah, so incentive there. Please do it. Pass it on to as many people as.
Matt, do you have an elf on the shelf survey coming up, Jim? Something for your dog, maybe? I don't know.
An elf on the shelf survey wouldn't be bad, actually. That's a quick way to crowdsource ideas. I know there's a lot online, but maybe I should start that.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, there you go. That was the week that was. We hope to see you at Shipped. I don't think we'll probably record a deploy on Friday next week. That's okay. We're going to have plenty of content next week, so don't worry about it. I'll be half asleep, so that's all right. I think I have a good excuse. But I'll show a highlight video or two of deploy on Friday, I think, at Shipped. This should be fun. Anyways, from all of us to all of you, happy holidays if you're already on holidays, and happy deployments, obviously, as well. Take care.